Welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like and comment on the videos. I hope you enjoy the show. Now, let's go. Hello, Billy Ho here. We are on to next week's tournament, golf, fantasy, DFS, DraftKings, and we are heading over to Tokyo, just outside of Tokyo, Japan, for the ZoZo Invitational, I guess, or I'm not sure exactly the title, but it is a no-cut event, and it is held at the Accordia Golf Narashino Country Club. And before we get started, thank you everybody for watching. Welcome to Billy Ho Sports. You can follow me on Twitter at Billy Ho Sports. We are trying to get to 250 subscribers on this channel. I haven't checked last. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 210. So we still need about 40 more subs to run our contest. One of our Discord members, the Squirrel Man, is putting up $250 in total prizes, and we are going to do an invitation only. So it's going to be everybody subscribing, and that helps Billy Ho, retweets his tweets. And so you're going to leave your DraftKings username in the comments of the videos, and you are going to leave follow the link in the description that says #Twitter. And that will take you to the main thread. That's the best place to leave your DraftKings handle. You get us an invite and say you win. We are going to pay $200 to first place, $30 to second, $20 to third. So we're going to get somewhere. I don't really know how many we're going to get to, but I want to get pushing 100 people in the contest because I think that gives everybody a good shot at the prize money. And we want to be able to contact you privately to get your Cash App information because this is a rake-free free roll on DraftKings. So we want to get the Cash App info so we can get you your moolah. So without further ado, we are heading on to the next event. And click that subscribe button and leave that DraftKings username. I'll remind you one more time when the show's over. Stick around because we got some good course. I'm going over the golf course. This is a preview and picks show. So at the end, I usually get to a few picks. So some of them might be some guys you want to look at this week. I'll go into some skill sets on the proper skills required to play well at this golf course. It is different, and we'll get into that. Contest selection, Billy Ho contest will be out as soon as pricing is posted, usually Monday afternoon. Reminder, it is a no-cut event, and I personally do pretty good in no-cut events. I don't know if it's just I suck at getting sixes through in these cut events, and I figure if the playing field is even for everybody, I do well. I have no idea, but it does seem to do well. We have 80 players, so the ownership should be spread out decently. So don't be afraid to dip down into the bottom chasms because everybody's going to get 4 rounds, but you don't want to punt too many things away. So keep that in mind. Weather, reminder, we are in Japan, and I was going to say it's the rainy season, but I really don't know that for sure. But I just know I think every time we've held it in the fall, it's rained almost all week. And it's not like it's cold because it's in the mid to upper 60s, but it's damp, it's wet, it's kind of tropical. The ZoZo fairways are very spongy. It might be lift clean in place. Yes, I am the king of predicting lift clean in place, so we may get some of that action. The Japanese are very particular on how they maintain their golf courses, and we'll get into that as well. So let's get into the description. Country Club Narashino. It's a par 77, little over 7,000 yards. Only 4 holes with water hazards. The fairways are ZoZo, hashtag Team ZoZo. I used to think that was a big deal because we rarely ever played on it, but now we play like at East Lake and we play at Craig's Ranch and over here and different places like that have ZoZo. So it's the rough is also ZoZo. The greens are bent grass greens, and the stimp says 10.5, which is kind of slow. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe that's the way the greens are over there. This actually, if you remember, is the odd layout. So we are going to play a 34 front nine and a 36 back nine, I think is how it goes. So you would, believe you start your back nine on hole number 9 or hole number 8. I can't recall, but it's cattywampus. So the course is composed of 5 par threes, 10 par fours, and 3 par fives. Par fives are coming in around 587 yards, 608 and 562 respectively. So they are long-ish, but they will be reachable by the longer hitters. So we'll get into that in the skill sets. There are some scoring holes. The par threes, this course is not short. And I'll tell you why, because there's 5 par threes and they're all under 200 yards. So I'm going to look to that type of a stat. The 3 par fives I just mentioned, and there are a handful of par fours that come in under 400. And then there's a handful that are like way over 5. It's like there's no middling par fours. Kind of weird. So the course is scoreable, but not as short as it appears. The course itself is kind of undulating and tree-lined fairways. It makes the course look narrow, but the rough is not penal, so you can kind of swing away. Also, it's similar to Chapultepec in where we held the Mexico Championship from 2017 to 2020. 6 dog legs, and putting surfaces are small. They're they're well defended by bunkers and of course the bent grass. But the one thing about their contoured greens that makes the approach shots look a little bit smaller target windows, and also they have split greens. It's not really exactly like the Open Championship, but because the greens are completely like separate A and B greens, and so they kind of switch off of those. And if you hit the wrong green by accident on some of them, you get a free drop. Obviously, I mentioned TPC Southwind, East Lake, Byron Nelson, where Craig's Ranch, Zoyz's. So let's see. This is typical. And I've got a couple of models drawn up here. This one here is my ZoZo, just a standard ZoZo model, and my skill sets. I want long off the tee, and strokes gain approach always in play. But this is more of a ball strikers, your Corey Connors type players. Hideki won this last year, so I think Hideki's in play. He kind of proved to be pretty decent at the President's Cup. So I think the health is looking all right. Par 3 scoring is going to be kind of like that 0 to 150, 175 to 200. And I think that also will go into adding to the strokes gained approach opportunities. These are the DK scoring is the ops gain, the birdie or better, the DK points. I got par 4 scoring in here and par 5 scoring. So I feel that like that's pretty standard ish on a model. And of course, Xander's popping. Xander is the captain of Team ZoZo. He's won at East Lake. He's played well at Southwind. He plays well on. I think he played pretty well in the Olympics, considering he won the gold medal. So we got that going for us. So anyway, mostly looking for players that bomb off the tee and that can dial in the irons. When viewing course history, keep this in mind. Throw out 2020 because that was played in America during COVID. So 2019 and 2021 are the two that are played on this course. So when I get into players, and this other model is just kind of like I think I borrowed it from Byron Nelson, and it's got like extra approach in it and Team ZoZo and some putting. So I kind of wanted to put these two together. And you see Xander's right back up there again. Bent grass greens means I kind of like Cameron Davis, long off the tee. His favorite, his favorite is bent grass. I don't know how he'll end up today. I don't think he's going to win. He looked like he was in position there for a minute, but uh, that's all right. And I'll probably look into Hideki. Uh, Tom Kim is just incredible. I mean, he just looks like such the real deal. I believe Mito Pereira played in those Olympics on the ZoZo. Uh, so he's interesting, and I played him. I got back on him this week. I feel like I got that week early, but he was still kind of popular, so I thought that was odd. Griot, really disappointing Saturday. He kind of sucks, but he's a ball striker, and he bent grass is his best surface, and he has shown improved putting. So I could have some interest in him. I always have interest in Sungjae when it comes to ball striking type courses. Kitayama, he's very familiar, being a kind of a local. So be on the lookout for him. Bombs it off the tee. He's showing up 11 in my model here, which is pretty high. He's 11th in the model here. Very nice. Cam Young, bomber off the tee. I think he'll take quite well to this golf course. And then you got your regular guys like Fleetwood, who's really good on par threes. Might have some interest in him. We're going to see some of these live guys, I believe, in the tournament, because I don't know that it's ZoZo is like an official PGA event. It's just kind of like a Japanese invitational type of thing. So Brendan Steele's a ball striker, but he's been really disappointing. Of course, he can't putt his way out of a wet paper bag. Patrick Rogers, we're going on down the line, getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. I like Aaron Wise. He won at Trinity Forest, which is Team ZoZo. That was his win. So keep all these guys in mind in your lizard brain, and that should get you a nice little jump off point for your research next week. So I appreciate you watching the show. I think this is my favorite show. It does get almost the most views because I like to get into the golf course, tell you about the golf course, and give you the type of skill sets to give you everything for a good foundation to get your week started. That way, if you don't want to do it, you're saving yourself a few hours of research of going to the PGA, the website, and going there's this place and that place and Blue Golf and trying to find the course layout and everything. So this just kind of gives you a quick breakdown. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, Billy Ho, at Billy Ho Sports on Twitter. Well, let's get this contest running. I'm shooting for somewhere at the end of the month. Maybe we can get to 250 by Halloween week. We could do some, I'll throw on some dress up, maybe do some face painting or something crazy for the big NFL week. So keep on the lookout for that. More videos to come. Good luck, everybody, today in both PGA and NFL. Shout out Flophouse. What's up, everybody? Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.